Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our awesome viewers, Alex Bites. Thanks for the suggestion, Alex. You asked, when did email start replacing letters? Honestly, same, Alex, same. Because 1 minute people were writing long, beautiful letters with actual penmanship, and the next minute we were sending passive-aggressive, per my last email messages at 2 a.m. So today, we're rolling back the clock to find out when email started elbowing letters out of our lives. From the first "you've got mail" moment to the horrifying rise of spam. Get comfy and let's dive into the story right here on Explaining Everything. Once upon a time, sending a message meant serious effort. You sat down with paper, dipped your pen into ink, and carefully wrote out your feelings, your business transactions, or your breakup notices. Then you folded it up, sealed it, maybe tied it to a pigeon, and waited, and waited, and waited some more. The mail system was impressive for its time, but let's be honest, it was also a little tragic. You could send a letter asking someone out and get a reply after you had already moved on, married someone else, and invented indoor plumbing. People poured their souls into letters. There was no backspace button, no unsend, no sorry typo, just raw, brutal commitment to your mistakes. If you accidentally called your boss Mom in a letter, you were just living with that now. Then, in 1971, everything changed. A guy named Ray Tomlinson, a computer engineer with what I assume was an impressive mustache, sent the first email. It was between two computers sitting right next to each other. Revolutionary? Absolutely. A little anticlimactic? Also, yes. Nobody really remembers what the first email said. Ray himself admitted it was probably something boring, like random letters or a test message. And honestly, that's fitting. The very first email wasn't a grand declaration of love or a government secret. It was more like "Ast of Kikil," sent across 5 feet of carpet. Ray also decided to use the AT symbol to connect the user's name with the destination. Before that, the @ symbol just kind of existed. It was hanging out on typewriters, lonely and unemployed. Thanks to email, @ became the Beyoncé of keyboard symbols. In the early days, email was basically a secret nerd handshake. Only tech geeks, university researchers, and government employees even knew it existed. The rest of the world was still licking stamps and wondering why the mailman hated them. It wasn't even until the late 1980s that people outside the tech world started hearing about email. And even then, it was like some mythical creature. You mean I can send a letter through the computer? It sounded like witchcraft. Probably would have gotten you burned at the stake 200 years earlier. But slowly, as home computers started popping up and the internet creaked its way into existence, email began to spread. At first, it was painfully slow. You had to listen to your modem scream like a banshee before you could even think about connecting and sending a message. That could take longer than ordering a pizza on a busy Friday night. The real tipping point came in the 90s. Services like AOL and Hotmail exploded onto the scene. Suddenly, anyone with a phone line and a little bit of patience could have an email address. And not just any email address, an embarrassingly weird one you created when you were 13 and still haven't lived down. Email went from a niche tool to an everyday thing almost overnight. Businesses caught on, too. They realized they could send out invoices, contracts, and passive-aggressive memos way faster and cheaper than by mail. Letters were still around, but you could feel the vibe shift. Nobody wanted to buy stamps anymore. People started looking at physical mail the same way we now look at CDs. Oh, that's cute! It's like a historical artifact. By the late 90s and early 2000s, email had officially started taking over. Businesses led the charge. It was cheaper, faster, and nobody had to leave their desk. Office workers everywhere rejoiced at the thought of sending passive-aggressive complaints without ever making eye contact. Personal communication shifted too. Instead of sitting down to write a long letter to your cousin about your summer vacation, you could now blast out a 2-sentence email with no vowels. Hey, saw a whale. LOL. Bye. Even legal stuff began switching over. Courts, banks, schools, everyone wanted to jump on the email train. It wasn't just convenience, it was speed. Why wait 3 days for a letter when you could be ignored via email instantly? The final nail in the coffin for letters came when email became mobile. Once smartphones hit the mainstream, there was no going back. You could now send a grammatically questionable email while waiting in line for a latte. Technology had peaked. So when did email start replacing letters? Somewhere between "Welcome, you've got mail" and "Click here to unsubscribe." It wasn't a single moment. It was a gradual, awkward breakup. Like when you slowly stop texting someone back and pretend you're just super busy. Letters faded into nostalgia while email strutted in wearing cargo shorts and demanding your immediate attention. Still, let's give letters their due. They carried our hopes, our dreams, and occasionally our bad news. One ink-stained page at a time. They were beautiful, messy, and weirdly romantic. Email just showed up with free Wi-Fi and faster delivery times. If you enjoy this video or think it's inbox-worthy, please like and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.